Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about the originals, this time episode 304, titled A Walk on the Wild Side, which premiered Thursday, October 29th, 2015 on the CW, and it's this season's Halloween episode. It actually takes place on Halloween night. So before we get started, just a reminder that if you haven't seen the episode already, I suggest you do so first, because I would hate for my own thoughts and opinions to influence the way you perceive the episode. The way I view things is going to be completely different from the way you view things, and if we happen to match on certain things, that's fantastic, but not all minds think alike, so it's great to have different viewpoints, so I would hate for mine to influence yours before you even have the chance to form yours. So, with that out of the way, let me just get my 10-minute clock started, and let's begin. So what is something new that we learned in this episode? We definitely learned a bit about Tristan, and the group Districts, which was founded by Elijah, and it consists of mainly Elijah's bloodline. We learned this when Tristan or Aya explained to Marcel that he would have been the first from Klaus's bloodline to join the District if he passes their test. And I'll get back to that later. Second thing we learned is that Alexis is taken. Alexis is Lucian's seer. And so because she's taken, Lucian and Klaus try to get her back, which she seems to be held hostage on one of Tristan's locations, But when they do get her back, they learn that Alexis has seen Klaus's death. And just when Elijah and Haley see how he dies through the vision, Alexis dies from poison that she accidentally consumed. And get this, she was poisoned by Aurora. Shocker there. I'll get back to that later. Next thing we learned is that it seems that my question earlier about Haley was answered from one of my previous videos. It was in regards to which sire line that Haley belonged to. And apparently, revealed by Tristan, is that Haley's life doesn't depend on the survival of the Michelsons, like every other vampire in existence. So she doesn't belong to Klaus, Rebecca, or Elijah's sire line. The question still remains, does that mean that Hope is the originator of Haley's sire line, or is Haley the originator? So there's still that question up in the air, but at least in this episode, we did learn that Haley is the only vampire whose survival does not depend on the survival of Klaus, Elijah, or Rebecca. So moving on to the most shocking moment of the episode. Overall, it has to be the initiation ritual, I guess you can call it, that the Strix have. And that's basically, I guess, a riddle, I guess you can say. For Marcel, the whole party was his initiation. And to test to see whether he's worthy, at one point in the party, before the test was announced, someone had taken Marcel's daylight ring. Now, the test is for Marcel to identify who took his ring, and he has to do it before the sun rises, otherwise he's dead, because he can't go anywhere. So for the rest of the party, Marcel is trying to figure out who took his ring, and then he's supposed to, and once he identifies the correct person who took his ring, he's supposed to fight them to get his ring back. That whole situation just surprised me, because they invited Marcel to come to this party. They invited him to come to the Strix, and then they spring it on him that he has to prove himself and undergo this challenge. If he succeeds, he gains a membership, but if he fails, he dies, because it's a life or death fight for whatever was taken, in this case, his daylight ring. The last shocker of the episode turns out to be that Aurora poisoned Alexis. In the end, it was revealed in a quick flashback while the vial of poison was being dumped that it was slipped during the party, and then the identity of who did it, Aurora, was shown as she was walking down the street. So I thought that was pretty surprising. I wasn't expecting her to be in town by this point. I knew she was on her way, I just didn't think we'd get to see her. But I guess I should have figured, because so far, for the previous 3 episodes, the last scene of the episode is based on Aurora. So I should have had it coming, but it still surprised me. So, top favorite moments of the episode. I have a few, actually. So, first one are the exchanges between Klaus and Freya. First with Klaus bringing up Freya's nightly visitors while she's exercising. Just the whole overprotective brother thing coming from Klaus to Freya was just great to see, considering, like I said before, a few months ago, he was trying to kill her and not have anything to do with her. So it was great to see that overprotectiveness from Klaus that usually has for Rebecca in regards to suitors has been shifted to Freya. And gets to see Klaus asking Freya for his help to locate the seer. And the way he talks to her is just great. There's teasing. There's also serious conversation. And then even at the very end, even though Freya wasn't present, she left a sticky note by a tumbler of Klaus's favorite drink, telling him where she's going to be for the day, because he complained earlier on that he not knowing his whereabouts when he needs her is kind of inconvenient for him. So she wrote it on a little sticky where he is, and he returns with his own sticky to replace hers by saying thank you. I really like how far Klaus and Freya have come since they first met, and I can't wait to see it grow some more. I just really like the dynamic and the banter between them. It's just, you wouldn't think that they've just initially met. You'd think that they have been with each other for 1,000 years in this brother-sister role, but when really it's only been 6-7 months for them. So it's just great to see. Another favorite part has to be Marcel's victory over Mohinder, who was the one who took his daylight ring. Correction, he's the one who had the daylight ring. Aya was the one who took it and then passed it on to Mohinder. And I thought he was going to stay for a while after they revealed so much about his feeding techniques and great restraint and control, which I thought was impressive. But it turns out that all those details were for Marcel's benefit when he figured out a way to kill the guy. But he actually didn't kill him, he just weakened him and called Tristan and Aya out on their ulterior motive in getting Marcel to fight Mohinder in this battle to the death type thing. So go watch that. That was pretty great, and Marcel truly outsmarted the warrior vampire. It was great. Next favorite moment has to be when Klaus and Lucien were working together, especially when they tried to pretend that they were drunk. Although I don't really think they were pretending, but they're definitely playing up the fact that they were partying and crashing the party the way they were, just so that Freya can sneak in and get the seer that they were there to retrieve. Also, they provided the distraction that Marcel and Haley needed in order for Marcel to have the upper hand against Mohinder later on. Next favorite thing was that when Haley was talking to Elijah over their respective balconies, courtesy of their enhanced hearing and all that without having to shout as they talk, I really like that Haley told Elijah that when she tells Hope about the family one day, she'll start off first with the always and forever part of her family and how they've always had that motto for 1,000 years, ever since they were little kids, and they've stuck to it to this day. So I really like that, and it seemed like Elijah liked that too. On a side note, for her favorite part, I did love Aurora. Well, I can't talk, I'm so sorry. Let's try this again. I really liked Aurora's dress. For the brief moment we got to see her in it, I really like it. And now that we saw that she was actually at the party, I'm very tempted to watch the party scenes over again just to see if I can catch a glimpse of her in the crowd somewhere. So moving on, top 3 peeved moments. First one has to be true alliances are blurred for me as a viewer. Like we see with Marcel and Aya, and then we see with Tristan and Elijah, and we even see with Klaus and Marcel. It's very hard to determine who truly lies where in their alliances. Marcel claims later on that he's on Klaus's side because of the fact that he belongs to Klaus's sideline, and yet he's trying to get close and cozy up to Aya and the Strix. But is he truly doing that for his benefit, or is he trying to be the inside man to get answers to help Klaus out? And then the same things with Tristan and Elijah. Is Elijah confiding in Tristan to get answers of his own so he can get back to Klaus and kind of work together as a family? Or is Elijah believing Tristan and coming over to Tristan's side to go against Klaus? I know as a viewer we're supposed to be confused, we're supposed to keep doubting where everyone lies and such like that, but it's very nerve-wracking. I mean, if I was in those situations, I'd be constantly on edge. I'd be paranoid beyond belief. I just, I don't know how I would take it. I don't even know how these characters could take it. Next peeved moment for me was Haley claiming that she is a part of the Michelson family, and yet she denies it when it isn't convenient for her. She pulls the card when Elijah tries to dismiss her, saying it's a family matter, and then she pulls out saying that she's a part of this family, she has the right to know. But then every other time times in the past, she's always claimed that I'm not part of this family, I'm a family with Jackson and the pack, and it's like, you either pick a family or you have to truly acknowledge the fact that you're part of both families, and you can't always pick a side with one over the other. You have to stay neutral or stuff like, I don't know. In that moment when it happened, really irritated me that Haley claimed to be part of family when before she'd always deny it or she'd go against it. So it's just an irritation on my part on how I view it, not the way it was presented in the episode, and that was my timer if you didn't hear it. So I'll just quickly hurry up. Third peeved moment was that Alexis got the drop on Freya. Now this only irritates me because Freya is meant to come from this great power. Last season from Dahlia, we were given this impression that Freya has this unparalleled power. It's like uncontrollable, it's unmatched, it's a great power, and the fact that she's had it growing for the last 1,000 years, you would think that would make her very hard to beat. So it kind of irritated me that Alexis got the drop on Freya the way she did. Then again, Alexis is a seer, so she saw counter moves before Freya even decided on her first move to attack. Although that punch was a great touch, though. It was in the moment, I doubt Freya saw it coming, and no spell is going to be fast enough to stop it. So there's that. What will I remember most about this episode? The fact that it was a masquerade party is going to be pretty unforgettable, and everything revolved around that, so that's probably my reminder. So random questions quickly. First, did Aurora poison Alexis the seer for her own agenda, or did Tristan know that Aurora is in town and put her up to the poisoning? If not for that part, then is Aurora pitting Tristan and Lucien against each other? Because they seem to be blaming each other for trying to frame one another. Another one, does Tristan even know that Aurora is back in town? I mean, we know that she left the voicemail for her brother at the end of the last episode, but did he hear it? Is he aware that she's actually in town at this moment? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out next episode. And whether or not she's actually acting alone or not in her actions. Next question. Was that shadowed beast thing in the vision meant to be the weapon that supposedly kills Klaus? I truly think that beast thing is going to be something we haven't seen before. So I'm a little worried about what that could be. Maybe it's another creature that was in the myth that they haven't faced yet. Though it's going to be hard to try to hide anything from creatures that have been around for 1,000 years. So there's that. Next question. I definitely have to watch the scene carefully again. But I wanted to ask, when Klaus turns the TV off in Alexis's room, when him and Lucien discover that she's gone, I could have sworn that Crowley from Supernatural was on the screen. Crowley being Mark Sheppard. I have no way of knowing until I find the clip from YouTube, but I'm just wondering if anyone noticed what was on that TV screen. Because I am 90% sure I thought I saw Crowley in that brief moment it was seen before Klaus turned the TV off. It's just bugging me. But that would have been hilarious if it was Crowley. Last question. Does Rebecca know about this prophecy that's threatening her family? I would have to think not, because I would assume that if she did know, she would have took the next trip back home to be there for her family. But then again, she could be out there trying to try to get answers of her own and then bring something back to the family. So there's that. Okay, so predictions. First, more prophetic visions to come for sure. Maybe for Freya, since Alexis is dead. Second, Aurora will announce her arrival to town. I believe it's the next episode where she actually comes face to face with Klaus. Seen in the promo, and I think she calls him my love. So maybe Aurora might be the crazy ex-girlfriend that Klaus can't get rid of. So there's that. Third prediction, the identity of the serial killer running around New Orleans has to be revealed at some point, or at least to the audience. It has to be revealed soon. It doesn't have to be revealed to the characters yet, but it has to be revealed to the audience. I want to say it's Lucien, but I'm torn between Lucien and Tristan, just because of the history with Tristan and the whole slashing the mouth thing. Last prediction, Rebecca's progress with Cole should be mentioned soon, hopefully, since she did leave town to try to find a way to bring Cole back. So with that said, that is the end of my video. So what did you guys think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you learn anything new? I definitely did. Is there something you thought was going to happen yet didn't, or is there something you hope to happen yet hasn't yet? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and to share this with all your other friends in the Originals fandom. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's talk theories. Let's just put it out there and see what we come up with before the next episode. Also, if you want a more detailed recap of the episode, check out my LiveJournal account. Link will be down below. It's basically a thorough, in-the-moment recap of the episode. I write it up while I watch the episode for the first time. Usually includes quotes, GIFs I find across my Tumblr dashboard, and it's all in the links down below. Also, if you want anything related to the Originals, GIFs, promos, sneak peeks, synopses, parallel GIF sets, and stuff like that, check out my Tumblr page. I link everything back to that because I personally like everything found in one place. So usually I would reblog anything related onto my account. So check that out if you want anything more. I'd put those Tumblr links down below in the box. And that is all for now. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. It means the world that you're even listening to this. I mean, it goes a long way when someone actually listens to what you have to say. Even one person means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. So until next Thursday, I'm wishing you all a great day. And since Halloween is this weekend, I'm wishing you all a great time celebrating, whether that's trick-or-treating, going out to party, or just doing whatever you do on Halloween. But make sure you stay safe, because crazy things happen on Halloween. So until next Thursday, this is Mel wishing you all a great day and happy Halloween. Bye for now.